profound conjunction is taking place. Oh my goodness. I'm seeing this as two ways now that I've opened up this message for you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the first one is a conjunction being two heavenly bodies that come together and realize that they were always supposed to share the same path. Now, not only is this alignment taking place between the Sun and Venus in Capricorn at 16 degrees on the 6th of January 2026, but I'm seeing this as a conjunction that's actually happening within you. So this is actually getting really exciting. So the conjunction within you is something that's always meant to be orbiting your path, and it feels like it's something that you're discovering today within yourself. It's almost like, oh my gosh, it feels like a eureka moment. It reminds me of this card in my Cosmos Oracle message deck. I can't remember it right now, but it basically talks about something that was always transversing your path that you were destined to kind of discover, not just within yourself, but this is also happening externally. I'm hearing in the way that you're showing up. I'm also seeing this being projected into your field and how others are seeing you, because you're seeing yourself this way. So that's being reinforced to the world around you. So this new profound internal discovery is leading to others discovering something that I'm hearing you're in this effortless flow state with now. So yeah. Beautiful. The other message I'm getting is these are two celestial bodies that actually choose closeness and to come together to reunify, rather than just sitting at a distance and observing each other. So this is where you choose intimacy over distance, and it just feels like there's something that I'm seeing, it feels like a recoupling, but it's something that you're recoupling with. Maybe it's something that you're coming back to. If this transit were a person and they walked into the room, this would be the elegant architect. It's a refined and composed, quietly powerful kind of presence that rearranges the energy in a room simply upon entrance. They're not loud, they don't need to be. Their authority comes from an alignment rather than force. This being carries the warmth of the sun when we talk about recognition or clarity or even self-awareness, because again, if we're talking about the sun card in this deck, it literally talks about infinite paths. So there's definitely something that you're coming into alignment with. I'm seeing something within your path that you're kind of discovering, because I'm seeing someone walk and they discover, when it's like, oh, a lucky penny I found on the floor. It's like, oh, a penny. I'm seeing something that you're just like discovering, but it's not an external path. That's a energetic, that's an energetic projection into the simulation, right? A holographic projection of this path within you, and something that you're discovering that has always been waiting for you to come back into alignment with. And I'm seeing you were always on this continuum, okay, to this self-discovery. So this talks about joy, success, and also good changes. Explosions of bright light surround you during this time. Light can be epiphanies. It can also be information. And also energy, right? You get caught up in the swirls of color and emotion flooding your being. This feels like happiness, but it looks different. You start noticing beauty in everything around you and the infinite pathways for your future life. You feel the magic of the stars, the warmth of the sun, and the illumination of the moon fill you. It's now that you realize your recent tumultuous journey was only part of a new being. Infinite Paths is an extremely positive card to put in a reading. It speaks to the synchronicity within yourself and willingness to change what asks to be changed. Take joy in this card. It is pulsing magic and alive with good changes. As all it asks for you is to radiate positivity, and it will bring an abundance of goodness, unlocking pathways only thought to exist in dreams. So this is quite literally the time where there is some type of clarity or self-awareness that you're having. And with Venus, this is a magnetism, especially around what it is that you value. I'm seeing it as, the sun is the soul's journey, it's the soul's path, and discovering some type of beauty within the human experience. And then Capricorn energy is something that you want to devote yourself to. It shows with Saturn, something that you may want to discipline yourself around, because Saturn is also time, but it's also the taskmaster, so he will grant you what it is that you desire if you do commit yourself to a very specific trajectory or something that you want to be able to. I'm seeing a course of study perhaps, but it's mastery. It's someone mastering something, and it usually can be referred to 10th house themes, which could be about legacy, maybe career of some kind, but it's going to change the way that the world sees you, because it's like your public face that you show to the world, and it's some type of structure that's happening. I'm seeing like a restructuring, a reframing that's happening as well. As a person, they would dress simply but impeccably, not for vanity, but because their aesthetic is part of their integrity. Their words are intentional, their love is measured, but deeply loyal. Their gifts are long lasting rather than fleeting. They can show up in your life and say, let's build something real. Let your heart be part of the architecture. They're the lover who becomes a partner, the muse who becomes a plan, the dream that becomes infrastructure. They will hold your chin gently and say, you're not meant to want without form. You're meant to ground what it is that you love into matter. Get it? So that's the energy of Venus conjunct the sun in Capricorn. It's a transit that's embodied, it's a conversation that you'll have with your higher self. That feels so funny holding your chin like that's so funny. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and read the Sabian symbols of 16 degrees of Capricorn. Sometimes I can't take myself seriously. Someone was like in the comment section, why do you laugh? Like, why are you laughing? If you saw like the things I'm seeing in my head, you would understand completely why I'm laughing. Anyway, the 16 degrees of Capricorn Sabian symbol is boys and girls in gymnasium suits. On the surface, it sounds mundane, but in esoteric depth, this symbol speaks to the discipline of the body, training the vessel, preparing for higher performance, initiations of physical mastery, structured evolution, learning the rules so you can transcend them. It represents a phase where the soul enters training mode, not punishment, not pressure, but preparation for the next level of embodiment. The soul is saying, I'm practicing being human with precision and purpose. In spiritual terms, this degree is about harmonizing physical reality with spiritual intention. It's about remembering that incarnation itself is an initiation. How the Sabian symbol merges with the sun and Venus is that this becomes a sacred training session for the heart, a refinement of desire, a disciplined devotion to the things that you truly value. It's as if the elegant architect, the transit that's personified, walks into the gym made of stardust and stone, a temple of embodiment, and says that we're strengthening your capacity to actually love in the physical world, right? To really fall in love with this physical existence and also the potential that you have to play here. And we're conditioning your heart to hold these higher frequencies. We're sculpting your values to actually match your mission. This is not romantic softness, it's romantic structure. The thing about Venus and the sun conjunct in Capricorn is that it's not romantic fantasy in any way, it's romantic energy that's been structured, right? So how can you fall in love with your life again? How can you fall so deeply in love with your life? And what are the physical things that you need to kind of apply yourself to and devote yourself to in order to see that change manifest in the physical realm? This is about the ways that you show up for yourself. And sometimes that love looks like discipline. It's not always going to come in the form of motivation. If you only show up when more motivated, nothing will get done. So it's very much Venus, but with a backbone. It's like all the grand things in life. How can you fall in love with your life and your experience in the physical plane? That's a question that you'd have to ask yourself first and foremost. And what do you actually have to physically apply and devote yourself to in order for that to happen, right? This is about a certain level of accountability and responsibility around love. So the process of learning is how to love with integrity, how to commit to what nourishes your soul, how to choose relationships aligned with destiny, how to use discipline to elevate beauty, art, connection. This is a refinement degree. It's a maturity degree and a strengthening degree. This personified transit would look at you and say, your heart is entering into its next level of mastery. So for a spiritual being having a human experience, this transit says that your spiritual values must now become physical choices. Your cosmic love must now be expressed in human behavior, and your higher self is ready to graduate into embodiment. This is the moment where your ethereal love manifests into earthy commitment. It's quite literally where your soul values meet physical actions, and your inner beauty actually ends up becoming your outer life's design. In human language, you're literally learning how to live in the frequency you've been carrying internally. In spiritual language, you're stabilizing your love into the timeline of your destiny. So this is a super, super, super beautiful transit taking place, not just within this universe, but also within the universe inside of you, experiencing itself as human. Just another day, just another day. So yeah, I'm gonna love and leave you guys right there. I just wanted to do a short and sweet message, and yeah, I hope that you're having a beautiful start to 2026. Let me know, what do you feel like is happening in your life today? What do you feel like the theme is that's being brought into your awareness? And what do you feel like is not just moving around you, but also moving through you during this time? What are you learning to dance with? I'm hearing, what new commitments, oh, are you learning to dance with? That's super beautiful. Maybe there's some type of thing that you're committing yourself to, and there's a new tempo and rhythm that you're adapting to. So I'm gonna speak to you very, very soon, I hope. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing, because we love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. Also check out Otter Spirit if you're looking for some high quality AAA grade jewelry. $1 of the proceeds are donated towards Otter sanctuaries. You have the Otter Spirit right there. And yeah, did I say to description? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. Until next time, bye.